The 90s, what a time to be alive. It was the era of the invention of Viagra, the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal, the birth of reality TV, and using dial-up to connect all of our AOL accounts.
David Friend, an editor at Vanity Fair, has a new book all about it. The 1990s, the decade that unleashed sex lies and the World Wide Web. David joins us this morning. Good morning.
Thank you for having me on. I'm a WGN acolyte. I grew up in Highland Park.
Oh, there you go.
Very cool. I guess it makes sense. And I don't remember the 90s being this big sex-crazed decade. Was there a sort of a turning point? Was it something that changed?
Yeah, maybe you were left out of that.
Yeah.
We were all having some fun.
Right.
The big things that happened during the 90s that sort of deal with the sort of second sexual revolution, if you look at it from the 1960s through the 1990s, you have a new thing called the World Wide Web that hadn't existed before, and the internet browser. You also had the Clintons, and Bill Clinton really was of a new generation, and a lot of his values and the attitudes sort of permeated the culture. And then you had this crazy thing in 1994 where two things happened. One, Paula Jones began her case against Clinton, and 6 weeks later, the O.J. Simpson murder, his murder of his wife and a friend of hers, Ron Goldman, occurred. And this became this sort of crazy tabloid soup, if you will, of murder and mayhem. And so I think that a lot of this permeated with the a lot of tabloid television and the internet.
And also, you forget that was the rise of reality TV. It's such a part of our lives now, but that was the first time we saw shows like The Real World on MTV, and it spun out after that.
You're so right. Yeah, I devote part of a chapter to that era, and it all began. And now we have we've had a reality TV president for a while.
Yeah, and beyond the reality television influence, was there a TV show or a movie that had a great impact on, or that changed the industry, or had a big influence on society going forward?
Well, definitely. I would say that there were a number of them. Main thing was, I think, Sex and the City, which was quite a breakthrough. We had premiere appointment television, and Sex and the City was, this new sort of phenomenon that broke through a lot of barriers. Oh, look at that! You've got that on the air. And then in film, I would say Pulp Fiction and Goodfellas were two films that were certainly extremely. They left the sense that there was no moral high ground, that basically was anything goes, which I think was sort of unfortunate. We also had and continues to this day. I also think that there was a great film called There's Something About Mary, which sort of began this sort of notion of cringe comedy, and American Pie was also similar that vein as well.
Well, I know long before the 90s there were tabloids. I mean, back in early days of Hollywood, there were, tabloid photographers and gossip columnists. But what was it about the 90s era? Did they blur this private and public life, and did they become meaner? We've heard Britney Spears talking about how the impact that had on her life.
Yeah, I think it was sort of a collusion in the time you're talking about, in the 1930s going up to the 70s and 80s, where there's something of a collusion between the powers of Hollywood, the media, and the actors and others who were being quote unquote exposed. Come the 90s, especially with the internet, and anything was game. And so a person like Monica Lewinsky, who now writes for Vanity Fair, where I'm an editor, and who appears in the book, The Naughty 90s, was an average citizen. She was not a celebrity, and she was, sort of raked over the coals by the Clinton administration, the media, unfortunately so, and she's emerged very strong from that. But that's what we had. We had this sort of notion of anything goes, and you can trace things on the internet in ways that you could not in the 70s and 80s.
And I wonder, with the addition of cable and the internet, everything had to be more violent and sexier and funnier and weirder to compete. But I wonder now, with all this time passed, is there something you look back at the 90s and say, oh gosh, that was so wholesome, I wish we could go do that again?
Absolutely nothing. I do pine for certain things in the 90s, and I was, raising kids in the 90s, and there were, I was a little aghast as a parent, but now all gloves are off when I look at the things I'm seeing on television and even that I'm seeing in politics. I pine for simpler days.
Yeah, it's true. The book is The Naughty 90s, the decade that unleashed sex, lies, and the World Wide Web. You can follow David on Instagram. Thanks, David. Appreciate it.
Thanks, David.
Thank you for having us.